Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel, and today we are going over 10 things to do the summer before college. I know you're probably thinking, we just graduated, we literally just walked over that stage, 13 years of school, over, done. Let me relax, let me not worry about college, I have 3 months to prepare, but even though that's all true, and you do have all the time in the world, or at least it feels like you do, it's actually really important to get started now, preparing so you're not running around like a crazy person the week before college starts. So the first thing that you should do is, if you're dorming or if you're getting an apartment off campus or in any way you're getting a roommate, whether it's through your college system or even if you had briefly saw them online on one of your college Instagram pages or anything like that, get in touch with your roommate. Get a feel for how they are, get to know them beforehand, make plans maybe, meet up once or twice. Just get to know them before you're living in this super small space together where you're going to be forced to be living out of each other's pockets. This is so important because if you realize you guys are not compatible, you now have all this time to figure something else out. Because you don't want to be at school, you don't want it to be your first week of school, you're already homesick, you're already stressed, you're trying to figure your new life out, and on top of all that, you and your roommate don't say 2 words, or you and your roommate don't get along at all. You guys have completely different schedules, or you're just miserable, and that's not going to help you succeed in college or start your new life. So make sure that you get to know your roommate and you guys talk and communicate, because I have already heard some horror stories, and so far people have only been to orientation. So make sure to get in touch with your roommate. This is so important and I cannot say this enough. Thankfully, I am so grateful for my roommate. She is so sweet and amazing, and she's really excited for college, and we are so excited to just be living together. My second piece of information might sound a little weird, but clean up your social media. Like, organize your social media, clean it up, because you're not in high school anymore. You're going to be meeting people, and to make friends, they're going to be like, hey, what's your Instagram? Hey, what's your TikTok? Hey, what's this? You don't want those embarrassing, bad pictures of yourself to be the first impression this person gets of you when they see you online. They don't want to be like, oh, who is that? Why does she look like that? Like, you want to be a lovely, rounded person who also looks like they can have fun or they want to chill, however you feel like you are reflected through your social media. You don't want people to see these weird little edits that are like not even about you on your page when you're trying to make new friends. That's going to make it a lot harder for people to truly understand who you are and connect with you. So make sure you clean up your act a bit. This is really important, and it's going to make making friends a lot easier. Cleaning up your social media is going to greatly help for when you're getting internships or even work positions through your school or even outside of school, because a lot of these companies now, they do realize that they're inquiring employees are on social media. They do have a life outside of work, obviously, but you don't want to appear crazy or disrespectful or just unorganized to these companies that are wanting to hire you, because that will make them change their mind. So make sure that you are representing yourself appropriately and responsibly. And if you do want to post those crazy posts and you do want to just post anything, have a separate account for that that is not directly related to you. It can be related to you, just don't have your full name. Just make sure that it's not directly associated to your main account, that you're sharing to new friends and that you're sharing to companies, and that is the representation of you online. Next tip I find really helpful, especially since I'm a person who absolutely loves a list. Give me a list and I'm the happiest girl in the world. So I would totally recommend making a dorm packing list. This is mine. Anything that's highlighted is like things I've already gotten. It looks like a lot, but it's just simple things. You kind of want to go over each section of your living So my dorm is a suite style, which isn't much different. It's just larger than the average dorm, and I do have a bathroom attached to my dorm that I share with the people next door. It's like a Jack and Jill situation. But I categorized my list by sections. So I did my bedding, my bathroom, I did like shower caddies, towels, anything for my personal needs. I did storage and organization, desk. So anything I'm gonna need on my desk, I made that a category. Electronics, that is a category. Laundry I did was my personal needs, like laundry bags, detergent, Tide pen, dryer sheets, situations like that. I did cleaning. I got simple things for like cleaning my room or cleaning the bathroom when I feel it needs to be cleaned before they do. I have sections that are kitchen, a mini fridge, and a snack cart, and things like that to make it easier for myself in my room with my roommate. I also have a category of clothing, and that's every type of clothing I need to take with me. I have extras, which is just things like umbrellas, batteries, flashlights, first aid kit, medicines, cough drops, liquid IV, lint roller, toolkit. Just those things that you don't think you're going to need until you're there, and suddenly you don't have access to everything that you typically do. And then I also had a category of personal, which is just like that, like my makeup. That's my personal things. And then I also had a category for decor, which was just cute lights, wall art, greenery, pictures, rug, simple things like that. But having a list that you can physically see everything and mark it off as you go is super helpful. And to make this list, I went online, went on Pinterest, and looked at everyone else's dorm packing lists or even apartment list and kind of broke it down by what I need specific to me and created my own. So for my next tip, I would say register for your courses ahead of time. So that doesn't necessarily mean email your advisors and be like, hey, these are the classes I need right now. Like, they have a specific time for you to be choosing your classes and being placed into them, but you can go into the course search of your university or college and you can look at courses that may interest you. You can read syllabus, you can do things to get ahead and find courses that you may want to take even further down the line, just so you're extra prepared and you know you have options just in case, because there are thousands of students on these campuses, so they are all trying to get courses. So if you are ahead of the game and you know what you want, you have a better chance of getting those classes and actually being able to take the ones you want rather than being placed into the only ones available, which does happen a lot of the time. Now, if you're going in as a freshman, this sometimes, it depends on the college or in the university, they may create your first schedule for you and they'll just throw you in courses that satisfy the credits you need. So this might not be too helpful. However, you can always save the information you learn from your class search and your list for the next semester, so you do have that opportunity to get the courses you want. I know we just graduated and I know we just finished our college applications and finally we are chilling. However, this doesn't mean to stop applying for scholarships. Now that you're in college and you're accepted, now is the time to apply for all those scholarships that are specific to your university or college. There's usually a page within the college website where it's usually titled scholarships, and this is where you'll find scholarships specific to your school. This is important because you only have a range of your students competing for this. You don't have students who aren't even accepted into the school yet. It's just this range. So find the scholarships that you are eligible for and apply to as many as you possibly can, because extra money does not hurt when you're applying for colleges or even already in college trying to pay for tuition, dorm, and your courses, your food, everything that comes along with the college experience. Another important tip I have for before you get on campus and before you're actively getting into your schedule and starting to get into the grind of things, research the clubs and organizations that your college or university offers. This is super helpful because then you can get an idea for how you can be involved and how you can make more friends who are like-minded or even just like the same things as you. So typically, universities and colleges, they offer hundreds, if not thousands, of organizations and clubs that are mostly student-run, even professor-run, and they almost have something for everyone. There is clubs that are Taylor Swift related. I have been to campuses where they have TV related ones. They have like culturally related ones. So you can almost find something for everyone. But this is super important so you can get an idea and join early to get that little head start and meet people and have friends at the beginning of the year and start your semester off right. With these clubs and organizations, you can also make a lot of professional relationships. Say you're in a club for business, you can be going on trips or even events that are business related, and you can meet professionals in that industry, and this can really help get your name out for potential job positions or even internships. So that is also a really important reason on why you need to get that head start on these clubs and organizations. I have heard this from so many people. Everyone always recommends looking into study abroad. If your university offers this is always a great idea just to look into it and get an idea and see if you truly like the idea of leaving the country and learning somewhere new and getting to explore. And it may be an opportunity that really fits your lifestyle or even is perfect for you, as you feel you're not going to have time to travel after school or even in school. So this is great, and a lot of the times they offer scholarships as well as paid programs that will pay for your trip for you. I do know in the state of Florida, the Bright Future Scholarship also covers a portion of your study abroad fees, so that's really helpful, but it's always important to look into these opportunities, as it's important to always try everything at least once, and this would be a life-changing experience. I know I'm super interested in it. However, I haven't really committed if I'm going to do that or not. It's mostly dependent upon the price, obviously, and what my schedule is looking like, as I'm on a fast track to graduation. However, if you're going for the typical 4 years, I would say definitely do a semester. A lot of the times they offer semester-long trips, they offer a week, even a couple days. And I think just any experience in a new place where you're still learning and getting those college credits is super important and can be really impactful. Getting a head start on planning and just researching these opportunities, you also are able to truly think about it in the long run over the period of time you have up to college. You can do the research, you can discuss it with your family even, and you can also start planning ways to save money if you decide this is truly what you want to do. My next tip is going to sound a little weird. However, in the summer before college, I would say pick up hobbies, pick up old hobbies, anything, pick up new, old, start something new. Whether it's building Legos, crocheting, writing again, do something fun. Whether you want to run again, or you want to start running, you want to start doing crafts, you want to start sewing, reading, anything. Take this time to explore things that you don't typically do. Get a hobby, get something to do, and maybe this will become a stress reliever for you once you're in college, as this can be a very stressful time. So make sure you have something that relaxes you and you can just take time for yourself. It's also important that you relax during this period. This is your time before you get thrown back into the swing of school and the intensity that comes with being in college. So make sure you relax and reflect on what needs to be done, and don't stress too much about preparing. It is important, but it is not the most important thing. You are the most important thing at this time of your life. So just take a moment to relax, reflect, start new things while also getting prepared for college, and so you're not stressed later on. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was all really helpful and insightful tips. I know I definitely am using these before I leave, so thank you so much and have a wonderful day.